Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got an Insignia VXR Supersport today. So it's a facelift, it's actually got a private plate. It's not 2013, it's 2016. So it's one of the last ones. And we're going to have a quick look around the car, just show you what to look out for when you buy these. It's probably going to end up being a short video because they are pretty reliable, to be honest. So obviously it's based on the baseline Insignia. So by the time any car's got to a facelift, you know, all the issues have been ironed out. So cosmetically, you want to kind of check these wheels out. They have a diamond cut finish. These have been freshly refurbished, so they're in really good condition. Otherwise, you tend to see the lacquer peeling, it starts milking, and then they do need a refurbish. And then of course, the danger is with any diamond cut wheels is you can only cut them a certain number of times before you weaken the face too much. But these are actually, like I said, they've been redone and it actually looks really good. Now, in terms of the brakes, these cars, they come with floating discs, Brembo calipers. You want to really just check here that there isn't a lip or anything on there. These are not bad at all. And of course, when you're actually braking, if you feel any kind of vibration, it may not necessarily be the discs. Because they're floating, you need to make sure that these wheel bolts, they're all done to the correct torque setting, left side and right side as well. And of course, these wheels are not powder coated, but if your wheels were to be powder coated, on the back here, if they don't mask that off and they end up powder coating that, you might think your discs are warped, but they won't be. It'll just be down to the wheels. So any car with floating discs, to be honest, that's a good thing to look out for. Now, like I mentioned, this car is actually facelift, so the advantage is all the issues that were on the old one, particularly any cars after 2011, the timing chain, the guides, that is a huge job. It's literally like engine out basically to do it. The facelift cars don't suffer from the later ones, so they've already had upgraded parts from the factory and so on and so forth. So if you're actually looking at one that's pre-facelift or pre-2011, you really want to make sure that you can see in the service history or some sort of evidence that this work's done, because on the early cars it's a matter of when, not if, that's going to go, yeah? And there really isn't much you can do about it. If you're looking at an older car, you want one there's so many of these around and prices have really gone down, so there's no excuse to buy one without the work done. Otherwise you're looking at 2.5, 3 grand quite easily. The other thing is, you know, in terms of bodywork, you want to make sure, you know, if you look at the door shuts and things, like for example from this side, you just want to look at, if I close this, sorry the car's a little dirty, but you want to check all the shut lines and everything, because these are quite fast cars. Of course, many of them have been written off at some stage or had a knock here and there, so it's just generally you want to make sure that it's looking quite good. The other thing that really does go on these is, it's like with any, I don't know, even your Golf R's, yeah? Anything with a Haldex four-wheel drive system like this has, it really needs to be serviced. Otherwise it can go, and the way you can tell is when you're driving around, you can put your foot down, you might feel the back end skipping a little bit. You may even get a warning light on the dashboard as well. So it is a mechanical issue. You really need to make sure that the Haldex has been serviced regularly, the oil has been changed, because it's the clutch packs inside the Haldex system that can wear. And that is, again, you know, you're talking about 2.5, 3 grand to have that work done. So definitely want to make sure you've got a good service history. The other major thing on these cars is, of course, the clutch can go as well. So once the clutch goes, you'll feel it start to slip when you put your foot down. You do want to try it out obviously on a test drive, make sure it isn't slipping, and if it is, then again that's a big job, yeah? And the chances are, if your clutch is going, then you might as well change the flywheel while you're at it as well. So you're talking a good £1,300–1,400 just in parts, never mind labour. And you know, it is an expensive car to work on, but the good thing is that particularly this one, this is a facelift, so you know, it's very low mileage. And just my advice is buy the best that you can. Don't buy a ropey one. Don't try and just get into an Insignia VXR, because if you end up with an early car and you don't have evidence that all this work's done, then you're just looking for trouble. So guys, some of the features on the, well, I'll cover the VXR and the Supersport, which is this one. So you can see it's got a facelift steering wheel, flat bottomed as well. The actual dashboard It's half digital and half analog, so it's really, really nice. You know, it's like really well done. Every VXR, even the gear shift is very short. Like, you know, look, this is just what it looks like from first to second. It's actually really, really a short throw. And of course, let me get out for a sec. It's got really nice seats. Like, you can see these seats, they're really comfortable. They're all electric, heated, everything. All the VXRs came with this as a standard feature, and of course it was available as a automatic as well, if that's your thing. But personally, I prefer the manual, especially with the way a lot of high performance cars these days, they all go in auto, aren't they? So it's nice to have something old school, as it were. Let's give it a little start it up. Guys, obviously in the VXR, look, you hit the VXR button, everything lights up red. In terms of suspension and things, it's something that you want to... These cars, they come with EDC suspension as well. Now, that is again something to look out for, because if that goes wrong, it'll permanently be set up as very, very stiff. It's not really that common for it to go. They are pretty reliable. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and I'll see you on the next video.